starting at 4 o'clock. Before we go to item number 1, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. So could everyone stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 1 is request by Mayor Wood for council authorization for his continued absence due to medical reasons from all council meetings through December 6, 2007. Debbie.
Mayor Wood asked me to read this letter. Dear fellow council colleagues, first of all, I want to take this opportunity to thank all my friends, supporters, and city staff for their cards, letters, emails, and phone calls with kind words, prayers, and well wishes for my speedy recovery. Those expressions of support mean more to me than I could possibly express in words. I have called this special meeting to request an additional leave of absence. My doctors have informed me that the first 6 months of recovery from the type of stroke I suffered in May are the most critical. My speech and balance have been affected, and I continue to receive outpatient therapy for both. The decision to ask for more time off was a difficult one. However, I believe I owe it to my constituents who overwhelmingly voted to re-elect me last year to do all I can to honor their wishes that I serve as mayor until 2020. As a public servant that has served his community for over 46 years, my first inclination was to return to the council for today's 5 p.m. council meeting. I will do so if required to. However, my doctors and family have been adamant that I take the time needed to ensure my best recovery. I completely understand there may be concern regarding a 4-member council and a possible 2-2 vote. I will work with the city manager regarding the potential for any controversial votes and return, if needed, to avoid this scenario. I appreciate your consideration today and look forward to your favorable vote. Sincerely, Jim Wood.
Great. Before council discussion on this item. Prior to council discussion on this item, we have a number of members of the public wishing to speak on this item.
I actually would like to make a motion.
Oh, great.
Jim, welcome. My dad went through a stroke, and in seeking help from the doctors and decisions that had to be made, I sought out a very close friend from college who became a doctor, majored in specializing in geriatrics, the doctor for the facility that she ran. And she indicated to me that the first 6 months are hugely critical, that, don't give up. This is a very, very important time for a stroke victim. So, with all due respect, I would like to make a motion. I have asked for guidance from staff, from the city attorney, city manager. My understanding is that Jim would like to be back by December 20th. So the date that would make that happen would be extending his leave to November 1st. That would allow for him to be back December 20th, and that's my motion.
I'll second that.
Any other council comments? Perfect. We'll move forward to public. At this time, we have Mayor Matt Hall.
Thank you, and I'll keep my comments brief. For those of you who know me, I've worked with each and every one of you, and including Mayor Wood, and we haven't always agreed, but we've had a lot of good days together. One thing I do know about Jim is that his heart's in this community, and I thank you for your words, Esther. They were spot on. not only do I support your motion, but my colleagues, and we talked this afternoon, Jim Desmond, Mayor of San Marcos, Sam Abed from Escondido, and Judy Ritter, all give you our consideration and ask you to support this. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker is Linda Walshaw. Linda Walshaw.
Good afternoon, Mayor and council members. Linda Walshaw. I am chair of the Oceanside Mobile Home Advisory Committee. And on behalf of all of our mobile home representatives, I am here to thank the mayor for all of his years of service, for all that he has done for us. He has never failed to attend a meeting when we've asked him. He's gone above and beyond to help us at every possible turn. And I very much appreciate, on behalf of all of us, everything he's done. And I would like to ask you all to please support him and his request for leave. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Jason Brand. Jason Brand.
Hello, I'm here for the Mayor Wood today. I've lived here in Oceanside area here for 20 years. My wife has lived here for 45 years. The improvements I've seen over the 20 years I've been here in Oceanside due to Mayor Wood are just fantastic. The difference I've seen from 20 years ago from today, it's just great, the changes and everything he's done here to the city. I really feel that he deserves to stay and his request should be granted. Thank you.
Our next two speakers are Linda Gonzalez and Cindy Rocco. Linda Gonzalez and Cindy Rocco.
Hi, good evening, Mayor Wood and council members. I'm here to speak on behalf of Jim Wood. I want to thank you, Mayor Wood, for your service to our community, for the kindness and compassion that you've taught all of us. And I want to thank Councilwoman Sanchez for her kind words, because they reflect my feelings as well, that we need to support Mayor Wood and we need to support our city and demonstrate to the United States how a compassionate city works. Thank you again for supporting Mayor Jim Wood in his 60-day petition.
Hi, Cindy Rocco. First, I just want to pay a moment of respect to Esther Sanchez's mother passing. My heart goes out to you for that. And Mayor Wood, you just don't understand how amazing it is to see you here. I have a lot of respect and admiration for you. And I think that you're a very strong man, and you've really shown that by even coming in today. And yes, I do believe that we need to grant you the extension and give you the time that you need to get further and further along. Although I spoke to you, and I can understand you perfectly, so don't think about that. And then the thing is, you shouldn't have to go away and worry about a 2-2 tie vote. I think right now, I would ask Councilmember Kern, Councilmember Sanchez, Deputy Mayor Lowry, and Councilmember Feller to almost act as if you're in your first 60 days of office again, and work together and try to collaborate and listen to each other, even though you're going to disagree. But disagree to agree, you have to have more. You can debate, but you have to just rise above political aspirations. You need to leave that at the door for the next 60 days. You know, right now you need to listen and be for the people, the will of the people. I think that the staff deserves that, and the people deserve that, and Mayor Wood deserves that too. So I humbly ask that the council rises up, as Mayor Wood will be rising up shortly. Thank you.
Our next two speakers are Dirk Akema and Dana Corso.
I'm going to withdraw mine.
Oh, okay, no problem. All right, Dana Corso.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. My name is Dana Corso, and I'm the President of ACTION, which stands for an Alliance of Citizens to Improve Oceanside Neighborhoods, representing 42 neighborhoods. Tonight, in an effort to minimize all the speakers, on behalf of Action and our membership, we are requesting that the mayor that is honored with his request for the additional 60 days to focus on his health and his recovery. I'd sent out an email blast, and I think that you guys were pretty much inundated with emails and support so that people all know that we love you and we're behind you and support you all the way. I also think it's fair to say that we all agree that Mayor Wood has dedicated the better part of his life serving and protecting the city of Oceanside. And I think it's also fair to say that many important issues have also moved forward in the mayor's absence, including the district elections. So that, with that being said, there really should be no legitimate reasons why we all cannot agree that the mayor's request be honored tonight. Thank you.
Our next two speakers are Pamela Myers and Sheila Cada.
I try not to cry. I'm a sensitive person here. So, welcome back, Mayor Wood. I don't think people realize what a tough job it is being a city council member. I know you don't all agree on things, and I attribute that to we're all wired differently. And, but, you know, it's like my best friend. I am so opposite of her, but when it comes down to it, I still love her. And the thing is here is this is not a political thing. This is a health thing. And as I said in my email last night, I really hope and pray that you extend this. As I said, use the golden rule. Treat Mayor Wood like you would, how you would want other people to treat you. Mayor Wood has been a server of Oceanside for many, many years. He looks great. I'm fully confident that he can come back and serve. My brother had 2 strokes, and it affected him in the beginning, but now my brother's fine. So it takes time to get over something like this. And I know Mayor Wood can come back, and I pray that you guys extend his medical leave. And I'm sorry about your mom, Esther. I'm really, you know, we're all getting older. We're all going to have health issues, you know, and I just pray that you look deep down in your heart, you give Mayor Wood another chance, and let it play out. See how he comes along in his recovery. He looks great. He recognized me immediately and said, "Hi, Pamela." That's great. He just needs some extra time. And I really, really hope you guys will give it to him. Really. This is an important issue. And I don't know what else to say, but that, you know, you dig down in your heart and you allow it to proceed and play out and extend him the additional time that he needs. He deserves it. And Mayor Wood, thank you so much for your service here. And, you know, you have a great personality, and I love how you always like to joke. So I hope that you're granted the additional medical leave. I pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Our final speaker is Paul Myers.
Hello, I'm Sheila Cada, 1092 Greenway Road, and this is very personal to me. My mother was 10 years older than my dad, and she had spinal meningitis, and it left her with neurological deficiency. Her head shook all the time, her hands shook all the time, she couldn't really close her hands very well. One eye was pulled over to the left, one was pulled over to the right. She only could move her eyes up and down a little bit. Her pupils were dilated to one size. They couldn't go in and down. It couldn't decrease in size or, get bigger. She didn't have any peripheral vision. And her mouth was pulled over this way, and it was kind of paralyzed. And so she looked a little bit different and everything. And there were many things that the doctors said she would never be able to do. And with the help of my father, she overcame most of them. So what I believe in is can do. And I think we should be can do for everybody. You can do it. And I say give Mayor Woods those 60 days, because in the scheme of things, 60 days are nothing. So we need to be can do behind Mayor Woods and support him all the way. And he can do it, and he's amazing. And we all love Mayor Woods, and we all support him, and we want this to go through. 60 days for Mayor Woods, that's what I say.
Good afternoon, members of the council. My name is Paul Myers. I've been a deputy district attorney for 31 years. Esther and I have been on opposite ends in the courtroom, but I truly, truly want to thank her for her opening remarks. In this terrible week that we've had in this country, it reminds you that we can always remind ourselves that we're Americans underneath. I have to give the appropriate disclaimer here, because Jim and me and the district attorney, Summer Stephan, are part of a close circle of friends that goes back 30 years. And Jim was the first person I met in this county. He was the first friend I made. He sat next to me when I was given last rites for the third time. And by the way, no one thought that I'd walk or talk ever again. And yet I'm here talking to you. I have watched Jim. When I came here, Jim showed me how to do things. We walked through pawn stores looking for pieces of property. We stood in the pouring rain on homicide scenes. He told me how to do homicide cases. It's really that kind of a friend that you have. And for 4 decades, almost 5 decades, of nothing but service and love for this city, does the guy deserve 60 more days? I think the question answers itself. Thank you very much for your time.
We have one more speaker who submitted an item, and that is Rick Rakowski.
Rick Rakowski, Foster Street. Mayor Woods, nice to see that you're out of the hospital. And I'd like to say, Mayor Wood, you know, I originally voted for you a long time ago when you were neighborhood-friendly mayor. However, in the last couple of things you and Chuck Lowry have been doing with the high-density development, I think it's really time for you to leave, because I don't really think you are representing the next-door neighbor attitude anymore. And Jim, you're almost 70 years old. Go enjoy your life. Forget this crap here. Thank you.
We have one more speaker on this item, Zuset.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I all know you, and I'm sure you know me. But I'm here in behalf I'm here in behalf of Mayor Jim Wood. I belong to a lot of organizations: Oceanside Sea Lions Club, Oceanside Pacific Kiwanis, Philam Cultural Organization. I'm speaking mostly about the Filipinos who really love Mayor Wood. I'm here in support of Mayor Jim Wood. He has shown time and again how he has the awesome leadership and the heart of the people of the Oceanside. He deserved to be granted the request for extension of medical leave. As you can see, I'm nervous. We love Mayor Wood. Thank you to the council for understanding and granting his request. I remain. Thank you.
There are no further public on this item. Just to clarify the motion for the public, so a motion has been seconded. It is a motion to grant Mayor Wood an extension through November 1st, which will allow him time until December 20th. And moving forward, without any other council comments, I believe we can vote. Jack, do you wish to speak? Councilmember Feller and then Councilmember Kern. Great.
I would just say welcome back, Jim. Bunny and I have prayed for your health, for your strength, for your family. Family is your most important thing, and I would tell you we're going to continue to pray for you, for your health and for your success in getting back to this point. God can do great things. Thank you.
Councilmember Kern.
Thank you. If you kind of look at the calendar, how this calendar is out, Councilmember's motion, Councilmember Sanchez's motion, actually gives the mayor 90 days, 60 days to November. So at the end of the year, so he has actually 90 more days. Then at that time, slash not that. So it also preserves our ability, if he does not decide to come back, figure out about turning on our microphone. So the idea, like I said, to start over again, Councilmember Sanchez's motion actually gives the mayor 90 days, 60 days from November 1st, so to the end of the year. And if you cannot come back at that time, that gives the council time either to pick a replacement or put something on the June primary ballot. So this is a compromise that everybody actually gets what they need out of this. So hopefully by that time he will have that ability to make that decision whether to come back or not. So this is actually a 90-day extension instead of a 60-day extension. So anyway, thank you.
Great. With that being said, we have a motion and we have a second. Deputy Mayor Lowry.
So I want to be very clear here. I appreciate that the mayor appointed me deputy mayor 3 years ago. And what that did was put me in a position to do all of his tasks whenever he was not available. And that started pretty much immediately because he had a stroke right after I was elected. So this time, it's been pretty much a solid 5 months, and I'm very happy doing what the mayor has asked me to do. And I hope to continue to see him in that chair right there. So please, Jim, plan to come back because we need you here. So that's all I have to say. I agree with Larry.
Please vote. Oh. It's on Jim's. Yeah, you'll vote by hand. All right, so with the technical difficulty, just a show of hands voting in favor of this item, please. Motion approved, 4-0. So the meeting is adjourned until our 5 o'clock regularly scheduled meeting. Thank you.